Hey everybody, it's Joseph. I just want to go through all the punches with you right now. I'm going to give you a little instructional video. If you've never been to our class before, okay, watch this video. I'm going to go through just the simplicity of it, okay? There's 4 punches really to learn. There's a 5 and a 6, but there's 4 punches. You do all 4 punches in each guard. Every time you switch, it reverses. So each hand reverses each time you switch on the number, all right? Lots of different boxing places and kickboxing and all different kinds of martial arts places call the different punches different numbers or different commands. You might have heard jab, cross, hook, uppercut. I even yell out jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut all the time. But in our classes, we basically associate the punches to numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'm going to go through it real quick right now, and then we'll go through as the video goes on. A lot more instruction. I want to give a little bit more of a breakdown, and I'll explain the way you pivot and things like that. But for right now, if you've never been to class before and I had to give you a 2-minute breakdown, here's what it is. If your left foot is forward, okay, we always start with our left foot forward in class. Now, some people start with their right foot forward. They might be right-handed. They're what we call a southpaw fighter, okay, or goofy if you're a snowboarder. But you're going to go back to left foot forward, right? And if you're right-handed, you might want to fight with your left foot forward. And if you're left-handed, you might want to fight with your right foot forward, okay? And some styles you switch a lot, some styles you don't. We'll break that all down as we get into it all. But for right now, just relax, get your left foot forward, all right? And that's your guard. Hands are up. Your 1 is your lead jab, okay? Your 1 is your lead jab. Your 2 is your right cross. Your 3 is your hook, your left hook. And your 4 is your right uppercut. So when your left foot is forward, lead hand in either guard is always going to be 1. 2 is your reverse 2. Okay, reversed cross straight from your chin. 3 is a hook, left hook, and 4 is a right uppercut. So in class, you'll hear us yell out 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 4, 4, right uppercut, 4, 4, 3. All right, so we go through the numbers like that. Now, if you have your right foot forward and you switch your guard, everything reverses. Your right hand becomes your 1, left hand becomes your 2. Right hand becomes your 3, left uppercut becomes your 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now defense. We do slips, ducks, step backs, and knees. Okay, slips. You just pivot your hips and turn your shoulders side to side. All right, you turn your shoulders and get your head out of the way a little bit. You're not ducking under and you're not going back. A slip, you're just turning your shoulders and pivoting. Okay, ducks are what they sound like. We usually will call out a duck where you initially will duck down and go back. Okay, so you'll usually do a punch with your backhand, duck down and go back. Or we might have you go left forward also, but we'll call that out. If you hear us yelling duck in class, duck back. That's a duck, okay? Same thing with your other foot forward. Slips, okay, usually slip to the back first. Slip and duck under. And then the last 2, step back, right? Step forward. That's simple. If you hear us yell 1, 2, step back 2, 1, 2, step back 2. Maybe the other guard, 1, 2, step back 2. And then the other last part we'll do is just a knee. You're going to do 1, 2. You bring your right knee up. And as it goes down, we'll usually have you punch. But it's just a knee, pa, pa. Other guard, pa, pa, knee, pa. All right? And that's the basics of it. A 5, if you're wondering, is a left uppercut. 6 is a right hook. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, left uppercut 5, right hook 6. Okay, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, uppercut, a cross hook to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, double 1, 2. Pa, pa, pa. All right, y'all. 1, 2, slip 2. Pa, pa, slip 2. Nice. All right, now I'm gonna break down all of the technique and everything a lot slower. We're going to go through it basic, okay? All right. So, here is how I want you to do this. This is your workout, okay? So, you're still going to work out right now. I'm going to give us about 30 seconds on each command, okay? And so, if I have it being a 1, I'm going to be yelling out 1. Now, this is not the kind of workout where you're following me, okay? You're not following me right now. You are doing this at home on your own, punching in the air, okay? Preferably get a mirror. Or maybe get like a computer screen where you can see yourself on some form of FaceTime. You know how you can pull it up and see yourself on FaceTime? Or your own camera. Something where you can see yourself. If not, record yourself to see after. If not, That's fine. Do it in the air, all right? Honestly, sometimes you should do this in the air where you're not looking around and you're just feeling out the motions in front of you. Okay, so you've got to absorb all the information from everything. Okay, so let's break it down, right? Our left foot's forward. First thing I like to teach people, first thing I like to say with all of it is elbows. Okay, elbows and hips, hip bones. All of your power, all of your movement, everything moves from your hips and your elbows. Okay, and I like to try to teach people. You always see people come in and they punch with their hands all disconnected. Okay, I like to teach people just connect those elbows and those hip bones. When those elbows and hips turn, they turn together, right? When the elbows and hips turn, they turn together. So if I'm punching, my right hip is punching with my elbow. Pop. Does that make sense? My heel is coming off the ground. I'm not even associating a punch to it right now. I'm just saying when I turn to punch, that's my pivot. Now if I turn the other way to punch, left elbow pivots this way. So I'm always pivoting through my hips with my elbow connected. Okay? And a good way to look at it too is, look, I can do a full workout without ever punching. Strong, pop, right, pop. Okay, there's some times where you don't want to punch for 2 hours straight. Your arms are getting tired, your shoulders pounding on the back. You just need to work that movement, right? As if you're punching. Because the punches don't come from your arms, they come from your body. The cardio comes from your body, not from your arms being strong. It has nothing to do with how strong your arms are. It's your stamina. It's how long your body can move connected. Okay, so let's try and break that down. Your hands are up, right? Where's your guard? Now we talked about our body. Let's talk about our arms real quick. Where are our guards? Okay? Now, a lot of people might teach different things. Some people might say right on your chin. Some people might say up above your temple. Some styles might be differently. It might be a lot different. Okay? So, I like to teach people, you got to absorb all the information and try different things, and you got to protect your chin. First thing's your chin. Okay? You know, I was taught in karate you have your hands forward, right, in your karate position. In boxing, you're going to want to be more protected, right? When you're kicking, you might want to have your hands a little more out so you can kick and use your hands for pivoting and for power. Okay? So there's all different styles. But in our class, and the way I like to do it personally, hands are up right above my chin. Okay? I know that I'm going to want to cover up above my temple at different times. Because I know when I spar, I got to cover up here a lot. So my hands are always up here. Okay, and your hands are in a fist. They're not squeezing, but they're in a fist. Okay, and they're right on your chin. So everybody at home right now, bounce with me. You should have your hands up. You should be bouncing. Ready to punch. Moving around a little bit. Feet are up and down. Okay, just trying to move with your elbows and hips. Might feel weird. Okay, bounce a little if you want. Jump a little. Just move. Breathe. Okay, look how I'm doing it. Relax. My hands are open. I'm just trying to relax. Switch your feet a little bit. Switch to your other guard. Alright, where are you at? Nice and simple, okay? Nice and smooth. Keep it going. Keep doing that while I talk through the punch, okay? So don't just stop like I stopped. Keep going. Keep practicing. Now add your jab. Just your one. Now what's the first thing I did when I added my jab that I thought of? My breathing. I did it the first time without a breath. I went, and then I went. Because how are you supposed to punch without breathing? First rule, you gotta breathe when you punch. Keep punching. If your arm or your shoulder is getting tired, switch to your other arm. Keep the jab going. Look how my feet are up and down. Keep going on the punches. I'm going to keep talking it through, okay? Keep switching as your arms get tired. Go up and down. Now, first things first, direct line, right? What's the fastest point between two different objects? Straight line, right? The fastest distance in between is a straight line, right? Straight. So what is going straight? My knuckle from my position of rest to where its target is and back. Okay, you're impacting in between the top two knuckles. That's where you're impacting. Straight in between the top two knuckles. Okay, relax for a second, everybody. Now, do this with me. Hands up. From here, thumb tight. Squeeze the thumb in. When you punch, you're relaxed in your fist, and then you squeeze at the point of the punch. Thumb squeezes and bring it back. The thumb is very important to protect your wrist. We'll get into that later. So you're here. Direct line from knuckle, from wherever it is, straight to the target and back. Keep doing that, 5 seconds. Now as you do this, you should see with your eye down the knuckle as if it was a target straight to the back. Boom. And back. Straight to its target. Pop. Back. Alright, I'm doing it right to the camera too. Look. From here, I can see with my eye. Straight and back. straight punch back. This hand, same thing, straight to the target, back. We'll get into the wrists in a second. Straight back, okay? Keep going. Punch, ones and twos. Straight from your chin, back, back. A lot of times you see people punch here. You see people punch here. They have no direction where they're punching or where they're punching from. Where are we punching from? Locked in, okay? Do your other hand, right hand. Okay, so now your straight line is where your punches are coming from. Elbows are not coming up like this. I'm not punching here. Look, I'm not here. Okay, not here. Elbows are here. Straight and back. Okay, it's not coming up. It's going straight and it turns at the top a little bit. Okay, it doesn't have to each time. There's some punches when you're going to punch straight to a jab. Then there's some where you're going to come over the glove. Okay, does that make sense right there? Straight or over. The jabs can be very different. All right? They all come from a different angle because everything in fighting, everything in kickboxing, everything in the art is angles and how quick you can get to a spot to create a new angle. Right? So your jab is not always 100% going to look like one thing. Sometimes it's going to look a lot different. All right? But traditionally, from your chin, straight back, little turn at the top. Okay, it's taught to turn into a knock. So when it's here, at the end it turns a little bit. And that's what creates the little feel. So if it's not here, it's alright? And that's how it's supposed to be taught. You want to dig into a punch, you got to turn it a little bit at the top when your shoulder engages. But that doesn't mean lock and load in here and hurt yourself. It means you come straight out, back, punch back, punch back. All right, right back to your chin. Now I hope you're moving around and punching right now. Ones and twos. Okay, are your hips turning with your elbows? Keep switching your feet. Rest as you need to rest. Okay, and I'm going to keep talking through the next punches. Now, hips with your jab. Not all the time, but most of the time, that left heel needs to come up. On every punch, we're pivoting through our hips, right? So if we're punching with our left foot, that left hip's got to come up. If we're punching with our right hand, that right hand's got to come up. Same thing if we switch. Heel, 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 heel. You're pivoting through your heels. You're rolling through your toes. All right? Now sometimes when you're sparring, or if you're just in the mirror and you're tired and we're telling you to punch, that doesn't mean you got to be here rolling through your toes. Sometimes you might just want to punch without moving also. All right? There's so many options available when you're doing anything in here, but the traditional way is what? The right way, the technique, the 100% correct technique is what? Turn. Turn. You got to be able to do the correct technique on your hips to toe movement align before you can start to mess around with anything or go fast or specifically start to hit really hard. Some people just think, oh, I'm going to go and hit really hard and they have no technique and they're going to hurt themselves. I've seen it. I try to stop people all the time and that's my job, is to teach people how to move through your hips. Don't hurt yourself. Learn how to do this correctly. Build your stamina up. So where are we right now? Ones, twos, pivoting through our hips, right? Okay, if you're moving forward, it's the same thing. Right? If you're moving forward, it's the same thing. You're turning through your hips. Right? Okay. Let's do the three. That's your hook. My favorite punch. Some people will argue, start to throw it. Start to throw it. Some people will argue, this is the most powerful punch in boxing. I've heard a lot of people say the left hook or your lead right hook is the most powerful. And for some people, probably it is. Some other people would argue it's the backhand, okay? Your most powerful hand in the back. Look that up on YouTube. But here we go. So here's how it goes. The left hook, right? So we're on the left hook. Lock the elbow in. Look, this is the best thing I can teach you about the three. It is not your arm punching. Okay, you're not punching here. Look at this. How many people have you seen do this before? And they're just punching with their hand, and their hand's doing nothing. No, look at my feet, nothing. I can hit it hard from here. I can hit it hard, but it's horrible, horrible. Okay, hands up. You need to pick your heels up. Look, full speed, full power, no punch. Okay? I can throw that hip across. No punch coming across. Okay, now when I add the punch, so simple. Right? Look at your target. All right? So, pick that heel up. Throw it. Are you throwing it? Okay? You can go down low, pop, go up high. Now, in class, we like to teach the hooks. Okay? Palms facing you. Heel or fist, thumbs tight, but palms are facing you. Throw those hooks, add some twos, let's go. You working? Let's go. So, palms are facing you. Why? Because for me personally, when someone's throwing a hook here and here, the wrist is jeopardized for me. It's out. This is personal preference, but for me it's here and I don't like it. I want my hook in my bicep and I want my palm locked. Right? Straight. Straight, not turn where my shoulder. Too many people don't know how to do it here. People teach it here all the time, but they don't know how to do it here. It hurts their shoulder. It needs to be flat facing you so your bicep absorbs the contact. Okay, that's the lower body hooks. Now you want to throw some head hooks, you can start to turn that wrist up, and that's where it comes down for the hooks up top. Right? So you want to do the hooks where you're here, that's fine for the headshots. But down underneath is the body, right? So when we in class do it, I like to teach people 1, 2, 3, 2. Go 1 to the head, 2 to the head, 3 to the body, palm facing you. 2 straight across. Okay? One little thing we'll talk about in a second. When one punch is throwing, what's the other hand doing? Blocking. Okay? You're not here. Look how hard it is to lift for each punch. I'm not here. Look. Look what the punches are doing after they're done. They're going back to their chamber. They're locked in their chamber, ready to go. Pop, pop. Okay, that's something my dad would call out. They're locked in their chamber, ready to explode. Pop, pop, right back. Pop, pop. Okay, now, the hooks. You got your body hook, you got your head hook. Body hook, head hook. Throw it. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, add to it a little bit if you want. I hope you're moving around. 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Good. Keep moving. Good. Good. Breathe. Good. Now your fours. Okay? Your uppercuts. Where does the power come from? It's not your arm. It's not because you're strong. It's from your legs. It's from your hips. It's from your explosiveness up. Pivoting through your hips. Elbows are under. Punches locked in. You're coming down and you're punching up straight through your hips, and you gotta lock your core in. This is almost more of a core workout than anything else. Pop, pop, straight up. Why do you think you see boxers and people always doing these exercises? Right? Always doing cross exercises. Because when you're punching, you gotta explode straight up through your uppercuts. From your body, from your legs. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so those are your fours. Those are your uppercuts. Now look, either side, either guard you're in. Come down and up. Now that doesn't mean you can't just throw a 4 from here. Okay, now what's happening on my back foot when I'm throwing the 4? You're throwing all your punches still, right everybody? Okay, hold yourself accountable even though there's no timer or no one else with me. Come on, you still got to be moving. I'm working a sweat already. You should be working a sweat a little bit, all right? Pivoting through your heels. Let's go. Now, your uppercut. Okay, right heel's off the ground. Okay, I'm not flat-footed. I'm not here. It's not all in my legs and body off. Look at how you've seen people punch like this, and maybe you're one of them. It's okay. We're going to fix it. Arms are here. Come down. Uppercut through. From my hips, straight up. Heel pivots up. All right? Now move around. Pop. Do it a little bit. Pop. Start. Normal. No punches. Uppercut. Normal. No punches. Uppercut. Breathe. Say it. 4. 4. 4. 4. Say it out loud. Strong. Right at it. 4. Straight. Look straight ahead. 4. That's it. Now 1. Breathe it out. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2. And 1, 2. Good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. And 1, 2, 3. 3. 3. 3, 2. And 3, 2. 1. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Pop. That's it. Breathe. Okay, now keep going. On your own. You make up your own numbers, and I'm going to tell you something now too, another thing. Everything about this is the attitude, the in-between stuff. When you do a 1, 2, what do you do in between? Pop, Okay, for example, watch. I'm just gonna punch for 10 seconds doing different punches. Okay, my punch, keep punching yourself. Wasn't bad, wasn't bad. I was just trying to be basic. Now, what's the in-between stuff I'm talking about? Movement, head movement. I'm not thinking of something to do. I'm just punching. Moving my head a little bit. Legs are up and down. Keep going. Copy me. What did you just see me do? Maybe I'm going to lean down forward on my front foot. Maybe I'm going to lean back on my back. It could be a weird thing. It could be something as simple as just come low. Alright? In the coming videos, keep going. Keep going. In the upcoming videos, I'm going to start to break down some specific fighters and what they like to do. So you're going to see me go, alright, Conor McGregor, he likes to lean down on that front foot and come up and do an uppercut. And then I'm going to show you a clip of him do it in the video. Alright, that's for future reference. I'll show you how Floyd likes to keep his jab hand down. Right hand's up, protecting, shoulder protecting, right? A whole nother style. Look, you develop your own style, right? See what you like to do. Are you the kind of person that wants to stay in one guard? Keep your backhand in the back and move and duck, move across. Or are you the kind of person that wants to switch a lot? Try to be offensive. Or do you want to be defensive and always work your defense? Be counter puncher. There's so many different variables, so many different options. It's a beautiful art that you'll never ever master. And there's so many ways to learn more. You know, so you just got to keep at it. You really got to keep at it. And everything that you hear, you have to absorb. Something small even. So like I try to tell people in classes, keep punching. I hope you're moving. I hope you're moving. What are you working? You want me to give you something to work? Let's do a defensive move real quick. Move real quick. 1, 2, slip, 2 now. 1, 2, slip, 2. Now, when you do the slip, it's the same movement as a punch almost. Everything is about getting your hips across. 1, 2, I'm moving my hips the same way as if I was throwing a hook, but I'm blocking instead. 1, 2, block. Now I'm in position to throw my back punch. 1, 2, block, 2. It's a block, it's a slip, right? 1, 2, block and slip, 2. Pop, pop, get your head out of the way. Sometimes you're just blocking with your hand. You're too late to step. Pop, pop, stir. Or you're too late to move your head even. Pop, pop, block, 2. Sometimes you gotta move your head and move it out of the way. Pop, pop, move, 2. 1, 2, slip. We call it a slip. Alright? 1, 2, let's keep going. Okay, now, we usually call it to the back, right? Do it to the other side now. 1, 2, 1. Slip left, 1, 2, 1. Slip. That's because usually whatever hand is throwing a punch, you're going to go and slip that way. Because the person sees your head where it is and they're going to come punch it here when my right hand's here, so I slip that way. Or if my left hand's out, they try to punch me when I'm here, so I know it. So I got to slip back this way to get out of the way. So that's why traditionally, and it's not always like this, it's not always taught the same way. You're going to be taught each way. But for the most part in our classes, when your right hand's out, you'll slip that way. When your left hand's out, you'll slip that way. So now give yourself a round where you're punching and you're slipping the same way that you punched the last punch. And you'll also return it with the same punch. I know this is getting tricky now. Punch, punch, punch. Don't think. Don't think. Whichever hand finishes, slip that way. Right? And punch with it. Slip. See, the same hand, punches, slip, punches. Okay, now we're going to do it with the other hand. Right, left, slip, left hand. Left, slip, left hand. 5, slip, 4, right? It could go either way. Walk it off. Good work, y'all. How do you feel? Good. Keep going, okay? Get back into it now. I just gave you plenty to work with. You've got those slips. 20, 30 seconds. Let's go. Let's go. 20 seconds. Work your hands. Slipping back and forth. All right, picking your heels up. Elbows in. All right, you got it. Breathe. 15 seconds. Let's go. 14, 13, 12. Punch with it. 11, 10, 9. You got it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest it out now. All right, everybody, now we're going to move on. We're going to move into our ducks, right? So you've got your defensive slips now. Okay, now we're going to move into our ducks. Traditionally, you're going to duck backwards in our class. You're going to punch, like I said, with your right hand, and you're going to duck back and under a punch. You'll do something simple like a 1-2 slip, a 1-2 duck 2. 1-2 duck 2, right? 1-2 duck 2. 1-2 duck. Now, keep going. When you do your duck, your hands need to lock in place. Punch, punch. You're locked in. If you've ever seen Tyson fight, Mike Tyson, he was always moving with his hands locked and loaded, ready, right? When you do the 1-2 duck 2, any duck, I like to teach get those elbows and locked in. Get those hands locked into that chin. 1-2, duck under, punch. 1-2, even if you have a high guard, punch. If you have a low guard, you're locked in, right? No matter where your guard is, boom, you're ready to go from the duck to your other guard. 1-2, duck under, punch. Pop, pop, duck under, punch. Keep that going. 15 seconds right there. Punch, punch. Duck under, punch. Good, good. Now, you can duck both ways, right? You don't have to duck just one way. Pop, pop, pop. And it's the same idea as when you punch with one hand, you duck that way. Right hand, duck under, right. Pop. It just feels natural. It should feel natural. Wherever your roll is, it should feel natural. Or do it the other way. There's no right way. It's however you can move to feel comfortable. And then you start to realize why, oh, the right hand duck under right. It just feels like I want to do that. Or the left duck under left. Now when you get comfortable there, go the opposite way. Maybe the left hand you go and you want to go that way. Maybe this time you go this way because your opponent has started to time that and knows it. See, it's a chess game, right? So you got to start to learn what comes natural. And you got to start to learn what makes you have to readjust and ways that you can change and always be ahead of your opponent and on top of it, right? So that's the way it works. It's a chess game. So you've got your slips. Hope you keep going. You're still going. You got your slips. You've got your ducks, right? Now you just have a simple step back. Both feet step back with you, okay? Not just one. It's not just one foot. You step back and in, right? So both hands are up. When you step back, you do your nice even step back and back in. Now, when you do your step back, your feet stay under your shoulders. So if I had a line that was drawn right here and I step back, that same amount of distance is still right here. No matter where I go, that line is the same under my shoulders, right? And then your toes are under your shoulders. You're not lined up in a straight line here. Okay, you're not lined up in a straight line. You're not lined up in a straight line. You're not here. You're in your guard here. Hands are up. Turn yourself to make yourself small. Shoulder protects your chin, and you're bouncing. And everywhere you go, it's equal. So if it's 1-2, step back 2, I'm always at an equal spot with my legs. Does that make sense? And 1-2, step back 2 is our most simple, basic. You're going to do it every time you come here. 1-2, step back 2. 1-2, step back, punch back in. When you come back in, pick up the back foot a little bit. Boom, pick that back foot up a little bit. Where do you get the power from? The back foot pivoting, right? 1-2, step back, punch through that foot. 1-2, step back, punch through that foot. You got it, let's go. Do the other guard. And it doesn't have to be a 2, it could be a 4. 1-2, step back, bam. 1-2, step back, bam, pop, pop, bang, bam. Let's go, y'all. Maybe sometimes you step away into another punch. You start to face a different direction. Oh, 1-2, pivot across, punch, right? Hands are up while you pivot. So there's your slips, your ducks, right? Your slips, right? Heels up, your ducks, right? Your step backs, right? Either guard, step backs, right? and then the knees. Now you can either do a defensive knee, where you're doing a leg block, you're doing a leg check, where you're blocking a leg kick, elbow protects everything else on the outside, so you're here, or an offensive knee, where you're just imagining you're grabbing someone and pulling them in and kneeing them. Boom. So you either have your offensive knee or your defensive knee. Knee punch. Usually in class, we'll bring our knee up, and as it goes down, we'll punch out like a Superman punch. Up and out it goes. Right? Up, out it goes. Alright, 1, 2, knee 2 is the most traditional one that we'll do. 1, 2, knee 2. 1, 2, knee 2. 1, 2, knee 2. 1, 2, knee 2. As the knee goes down, punch goes out. Kicking back for power. 1, 2, knee punch. Now, we're going to go another minute or two and we're done here, okay? Look. 1, 2, slip 2. 1, 2, duck 2. 1, 2, knee 2. 1, 2, step back 2. Let's see if I can even do it with you. 1, 2, slip 2. 1, 2, duck 2. 1, 2, knee 2. 1, 2, step back 2. 1, 2, slip 2. 1, 2, duck 2. 1, 2, knee 2. 1, 2, step back 2. Again. 1, 2, slip 2. 1, 2, duck 2. 1, 2, knee 2. 1, 2, step back 2. Now look, for the next 20, 30 seconds, you don't have to go in the same order I just did. Just keep rotating through. Don't think. Duck 2. 1, 2, step 2, right? 1, 2, step back 2. 1, 2, step back 2. 1, 2, duck 2. I'm gonna switch. 1, 2, slip, slip, slip. 4. 1, 2, slip, slip, slip. 4. 1, 2, duck. 4. 1, 2, duck. 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, slip 2. 2, slip 2. 2, duck. 4. You want me to call it out one time for us before I finish? Ready? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Double 1, 2. Double 1, 2. Double 1, 2. And double 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 2. And 1, 2, 3, 2. 4, 4, 4, 3. 4, 3. 4, 3, 4, 3, y'all. 10 seconds. Now, come on, punch. Even if it's in the air. Right here. Now, right heel comes up. Hands up. 1, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 2. All right, y'all, look, that was great. If there's any questions, please feel free to hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, message me on my personal. I always want to help. This is so much fun. I've never broken it down like this before. This is the first time. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to have it be like instructional video 1, instructional video 1.1, 1.2. And I'll watch my own and I'll build on them upon what I think I can do more and better. And we'll all add on better. You know, look, I'm tired just from doing that, from calling it out. I'm sweating. This is so much fun. You should be able to feel like you're getting better every time you do it, every day. Every time you set up, do this one video right here 5, 6 times if you're really unsure yourself. Pivot. You just need to practice pivoting. Most people, they can't pick their heels up. They don't know how to pivot through their hips. Okay? And if it hurts, if you have injuries in your knees or in your back and you can't pivot, that's fine. Pick your foot up and don't hit so hard. Don't hurt your shoulder. Pick your foot up. Find a way. I know there's a lot of people that can't turn their shoulders sometimes. They've had shoulder injuries. They can't turn over on a punch. That's okay. You don't have to turn over on a punch. Okay? Everyone has to create their own style. A lot of times people critique people, but they don't even know why that person doesn't come over on a certain punch all the way. Everyone has to make it your own unique style. As long as you're not hurting yourself or you're hurting someone next to you with a punch that's crazy. You know, this is how we all work together to improve. You got to see the way someone else is doing it. Honestly, one of the best ways to learn is to watch other people. To see one of our videos online, on these live videos, watch my technique and then watch it in comparison to my dad's. Or in comparison to even Brandon or to any of them, to my sister and my mom. Watch it in comparison. And see how we all do things a little bit different. And you learn and absorb. That's what all this is. It's about absorbing information. That's what life is about. It's about absorbing information, right? And this is something that you'll never, ever master And it never gets old, trust me, it never gets old. And if it does, come back to it and you'll fall back in love, because that's what this is. Thank you, everyone. Watch more videos. I'm going to come out with a kicking video. I'm going to come out with an advanced video where I start to go a little quicker. I'm going to come out with an advanced instructional in the advanced, where we do more movement drills, where we do more pivots, all right? And we'll pivot across, we'll add kicks to our punches, all right? And let's all have fun with this. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you all online.